Alright guys, welcome back to Git It Garage. Today we're going to do a review on a 2018 Ford F-250 and we're going to do some towing with it, so we'll really be able to give you an idea on how this thing handles and everything. Stay tuned. Man, I could live in this truck, it's so big. Yes. Alright, we're on our way to go pick up the Passat finally, so this ought to be fun. Looks like it's going to have a little bit of weather. We just woke up, it's like 5 in the morning right now, so come on, let's go get this car. Powerstroke cold start, let's see. It's not really cold. Figured I'd do a little talk about this SuperDuty a little bit. It's pretty cool. Try to keep it simple here. Just a few things I thought were pretty cool. Some neat little features on the new 2018 F-250. One thing that's kind of cool that I like is there's a turbo gauge on the dash stock, which is pretty sick. There isn't any other vehicles really that I know that actually have like numbers on it. This has got a 40, so I don't know if that's pushing 40 PSI when it's maxed out or if it's just to give you like a range, but it's kind of nice. And it seems pretty accurate. I don't know if it's actually measuring boost or just like ECU requested load like most of the other ones, but either way, pretty cool. A lot of buttons in this, a lot of the buttons in a lot of the newer cars. Not a big fan of all that. It takes a little bit getting used to for something we're just gonna have for a day. Don't need all of that, but a couple of the cool little features I did notice. The high beams. You turn the high beams on, you just flick your fingers forward and it turns them on. It's pretty cool. You don't have to reach behind it like a lot of cars. Something I thought was pretty neat, different. It's got lane change option, I guess, for the turn signals, where you just tap the button up and it'll like signal 4 times for you and then stop, so you don't leave your lights on forever on the highway. You know, typical stuff, Bluetooth, CD, comes with Cirrus built into the radio as well. So if you have a subscription to that, you can probably hook it all up, which is pretty cool. It's got a backup camera. I only used it once so far, and as soon as we got to where we were going, the backup camera was so dirty I couldn't even see. It's like right up at the very, very top of the tailgate, and it gets dirty if it's nasty out, so just something to think about. You know, I don't really have much else to say about it yet. Maybe we'll come up with some more stuff. You know, automatic daytime running lights, power windows, doors, locks, you know, all that good stuff. The seats are comfortable as hell. If I find one of these in a junkyard, I am swapping these into my Jeep. I'm gonna try to anyway. I think so. They're wicked comfortable. I like these seats. Good lumbar support, I guess what you would call it. It's too freaking tall though. I'm a short guy. I'm 5'6". This thing needs like a flight of stairs to get up in it. So if you're a short person like me, you might want to consider some side steps or something to put in because you'll be jumping in and out of this thing. But good heat. Haven't checked the AC. Obviously, it's out cold as F out right now, so we're not going to bother with that. But it's got a nice big compartment up here. The radio sounds awesome. It's got very good sound quality. I like these kind of things to throw crap up in. Like
you got this big center thing,
which is also a seat if you fold it up. There's an actual bench seat here that you can fold up. This is the headrest. So you can actually fold this up and have an extra seat here. And then in the back, you got another 3 people, or probably even, I bet you could fit 4 people in the back seat too. That thing is huge back there. All right, so some more things about the truck. I didn't really drive it too much before we put the trailer on it, but you can barely even tell it's back there at all. Matter of fact, no, you can't tell it's back there. You really can't. But as far as, you know, like handling wise or anything like that, the truck doesn't feel it at all. I can tell you already, it's got to have some form of electric steering or something. It's very, very desensitized. It's nothing like hydraulic steering at all. You can't feel any of the road transfer into your hands. It feels almost like a video game controller, but I mean, you wouldn't know any other way. It's just a very lighted steering wheel. There's no pressure behind it. But it's electric, so it's a little weird there. I personally don't really like that. I like to be able to feel my connection to the road. I like smaller cars too, so that this is a little big for me, but I mean, it's still, I don't know. I don't like the feel of all the new cars. They're so desensitized, and you can't feel if you're doing something you're not supposed to. You know, it's difficult to tell if you're spinning a wheel, or they rely on the computers to help protect you, and then you can't tell if you're doing anything. The acceleration, you know, like you could be, if I just pegged this and got on the highway and wasn't looking at my speedo, you wouldn't even know. You were doing 80, 85, it feels like 60 or 50. You can't even really tell. The suspension and everything is so good that you just don't even know. Probably a great road trip vehicle for that aspect, you know what I mean? You set your cruise and then just forget about it. But that desensitization of the driver in all the new cars. I'm not just talking about Ford. Every car manufacturer has gone this way. Everybody's got electric steering now. My HHR had it. That was a 06, and I didn't like it back then. It is what it is, I guess. Not everybody's going to be happy with the new changes in vehicles. You know, they're getting rid of manual transmissions. I don't like that either. But hey, I'm turning into an old geezer. I don't like what they're doing with these newfangled cars and that thing. I didn't get much sleep last night. This helps. I don't want to drink too much, because I'm going to just have to stop every 10 minutes and pee. Because I'm getting old geezer status. Hashtag old geezer status. We'll start a thing. Just a little look at the dash here on this F-250. As you can see, at like 70, we're barely pushing 1700 RPMs probably, which is less than the Jeep at 60 with a 4-cylinder. And we're towing a trailer in this big huge truck, so just something kind of cool I thought to share. We are literally at the top of a mountain right now. Like, this thing redirected us all the way up a mountain, and we're going down it now. But the coolest thing is, this has got built-in engine braking when you put it on the tow haul option. So I'm engine braking right now down this hill. I don't know if it's I'm not in cruise control is off. I'll give the brakes a little bit of brakes here because I'm a little too fast. But yeah, it's helping to keep this thing going slow, which is exactly what we want on hills. If we have the car on right now, or you know, any big trailer behind this thing with a large load on it, these things can carry quite a bit. But definitely a cool option there. My Jeep doesn't do that. Wish it did. I like doing that in my manuals too. So we picked it up and we're headed home. These are heavy cars, plus we have a trailer on there too, so I mean, when it's all said and done, that's probably just about maxing out the Jeep's towing capacity. And if you look at some of these hills that we got to go up and down,
the camera doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I think the 6.7 liter turbo diesel here do a better job for us. So just an update on the truck while we're here at it. I got the Passat behind towing along, and we're doing 55-60 on these little back roads, and it is handling it flawlessly. There's no issues whatsoever. You can't even tell. I mean, I do have it on the tow haul option, but other than that, you know, it's just chugging right along, no issues.
Continue on I-88 West for 5 miles.
All right, we will do that. Now, back to this Jeep. This Jeep, yeah. I wish this was my Jeep. It's not. This thing is pretty sick. I haven't even been able to tell that I'm towing something really back there, unless the trailer brakes kick on when I'm hitting the brakes. So that car, this is really bumpy for some reason. Yeah, this truck, absolutely phenomenal. If anybody out there is thinking about picking one of these up, I would recommend one. Now, I don't know about the reliability. Obviously, it's a new truck, so I don't know how they are on that. You got to think about the fact that you have to put the diesel exhaust fluid in it. You also have to worry about the fact that this probably has an EGR system and probably all kinds of other systems to help clean it up that are usually bad for the motor on diesels. So, I mean, I don't know exactly what we got going on these, but something to think about. I know on the Jeeps and pretty much the older, even the Volkswagen EGR systems wanted to be deleted. So, probably the same thing on these. But tows like a boss. Pretty much, it's been right around 13, 14, close to 14 miles per gallon. And it's, even with towing, it was a little bit higher. I had it up to like 15 at one point. But then the hills killed it, so I'm going to say average is going to be around 13.8 to 14, somewhere in there. Maybe a little more if you're careful with it. RPMs are nice and low on highway speeds. We're doing about 67, and we're at 1,500 RPMs, 1,600 RPMs maybe. So that's pretty sick. All right, let's see. Down to 50. I'll punch it. So yeah, anyway, this thing tows like a boss. I can't even imagine how much weight this can tow. I can't even feel a car and trailer behind it. So, I mean, you got to be able to tow 15,000 pounds or more with this without an issue. I mean, you know what these things can tow. You've seen the huge trailers that are behind these, the fifth wheel campers and all that stuff. I mean, this thing is pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, there's a reason why you see these as farm trucks and commercial trucks and, you know, just overall tow vehicles and stuff like that. It's because that's what they're made for, pretty much. This is a mini version of a tractor trailer. And it does a pretty good job at trailering, so. Yeah, if you're going to go and spend that kind of money on one of these, go invest $200 and rent one of these for a couple of days and drive it around. If you have a trailer, tow some stuff with it and check it all out. I mean, you got unlimited mileage, so if you get it for a couple of days, just drive it around, feel it out, and you'll see what's up. These things are sick. If you're gonna buy one, it's a good truck. It's the only one I can recommend other than the Jeep. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. We would really appreciate that. And if you're not currently subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you click the little bell next to that so that we get notified when we come out with new videos, which we do try to come out with new videos all the time. And we will be uploading more stuff. We have a lot of cool stuff planned, so please stay tuned. We'll see you next time.